So we have been on Wegovy for 25 weeks now. And as you can see, we got a little bit of a change of scenery. So this is gonna be our 25th week update. And I also have a keto recipe for you. So let's go. So give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when we upload the next video. As you know, I do a weekly update, and so today I thought I'd switch it up a little bit. I'd bring you onto my kitchen and I would show y'all a recipe for one of my favorite cakes. So we're gonna be doing that. First things first though, let's go ahead and get into that results video for this week. 177.8. Okay. .6 pounds. Okay, now as you can see, I only lost 0.6 pounds this week, which is kind of sad, but at the same time, you know, a loss is a loss. I'd prefer to lose a little bit of something than not lose anything at all. This week I didn't really change much. I didn't do a whole lot of walking like I normally do, so I need to step up my step count. And next week we are hoping for higher results. But this week we're at where we're at. So we got the oven already preheating, and I'll get into the temperature here in a minute. We are gonna get switched over to our island and get started on all our ingredients for the cake. And I really hope y'all enjoy this keto recipe. It is one of my favorites. So let's get started. We're gonna start out with a 400-degree oven. And I am going to do mine in a medium oven safe bowl. So I'm gonna butter this bowl really well and make sure I get all the sides. This recipe also fits in one 8-inch round or two 6-inch rounds, depending if you want layers or not. So go ahead and butter the bowl really well. And then once I'm done buttering the bowl, I will take a piece of paper towel and make sure I get every nook and cranny to make sure that our cake does not stick to the glass. So let me grab this and go ahead and go around the whole entire bowl, making sure I get every spot. Now I'm going to set this to the side and we will combine our dry ingredients. We're going to start with 1 cup of almond flour, 1/2 cup of coconut flour, 1/2 cup of sweetener. This is Splenda. I dropped the bowl. And you can use whatever sweetener substitute you want. We got a 1/4 cup of brown sugar substitute. This is Truvia brown sugar substitute. Then we're going to take 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon ground clove, 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, 1 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and we're going to add those to the bowl. And we're going to combine everything fairly well. Make sure that we're like trying to get out all those clumps. Once we get all those clumps out, we are going to go ahead and grab this 4 tablespoons of butter and add it in. And I need a spatula. Let me grab one. All right, so we got our spatula, get all that yummy goodness out of that bowl. Then we are going to grab our 1 teaspoon of vanilla, add that in. We're gonna grab our 4 eggs beaten, and we're gonna add those in and make sure we scrape the ball on that as well. With this recipe, it is fairly thick until you add the water, so just trust the process. Now we're going to take our 1 cup of loosely packed carrots. A lot of people like theirs grated. I blend mine after they're grated into my Ninjas. That way I get pieces throughout the cake and it's fairly evenly distributed. So add all those in. Make sure we scrape that container out. I like my carrot pieces a little bit smaller. So now we're going to mix this in, and this, like I said, this is going to be pretty thick, so just continuously mix it until it's combined pretty good. Mix, mix, mix. And now we're going to grab a cup of water. I did not bring it, set it out. I should have set that out first, but we're going to take some filtered water and add that in. And then now you'll get more of a batter consistency. So mix, mix, mix. And as you can see, it starts coming together and turns more into a batter instead of like a muffin batter. So there we go. And then we are going to add 1/2 cup chopped pecans. And we're going to fold those in, get it all incorporated really well. And then we are going to make sure that we put them in our bowl and we spread it out evenly. Scrape, scrape, scrape the bowl. Make sure everything's added to it and then spread it out evenly. Now, this is going to bake for 30 to 45 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. This recipe you do want to keep an eye on and make sure that the center is fully cooked through. So we're going to go ahead and put that in the oven. Once it's done baking, we will take it out and let it cool completely before we put the frosting on. But while it's baking, we'll go ahead and we will get into the frosting. So I'm going to go put this into the oven and then we'll get started on the frosting. All right, so for this cream cheese frosting, we got 8 ounces of softened cream cheese, 5 tablespoons of softened butter, and we're gonna scrape this bowl out as well. We want all that yummy fat. Let me grab my spatula. Okay, got the spatula rinsed off. So we're gonna put that butter in there. Then we are going to take 1 tablespoon, a heaping tablespoon of sour cream. I like to use a lot of sour cream in mine because I like the tangy flavor that the sour cream gives it. And then we're going to take a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla and add that in there. And then we're going to combine all these really well before we put our 1/2 cup of powdered sweetener. Now, today's sweetener, we're using Swerve. But yeah, we're going to mix this up really well before we add it, because if we don't, then we'll get lumps, and we want this to be a frosting consistency, not a lumpy mess. So combine, combine, combine really well. And then we will add our powdered sweetener. Now, once the cake is complete out of the oven, we'll let it cool completely by sticking it in the freezer until it's cool. We will turn it out onto a plate, and then we will be able to frost it. This frosting does take a minute to come together, but as you can see, it comes together nice and smoothly. And so, yes, we will set this to the side, and then we will be back once the cake is frosted. So let's mix this together. Okay. And I do happen to add more pecans to garnish my cake. So we'll see in a minute. Okay, so here is the cake. It's 16 servings, 210 calories, 5.25 grams of protein, 5.5 grams total carbs, 3.5 grams net carbs, and 20.5 or 20.1 grams of fat. So I hope you like this recipe. Y'all have a great week.